down.
Now, is it better for me to double fist it, or should I do one udder at a time? I am a beginner. Keep that in mind.
I think you should do one at a time.
And did I really just say double fist it with an udder? I really did. Okay, I'm going to try one at a time.
Okay.
That way I can use the mic.
Okay, start from the top. And
Start
squeeze
from, okay.
if you can.
What the heck is happening?
It's hard. It took me about a week to learn.
Wow. Oh my God.
All right, with the magic of TV, why don't you get back down there and show me what?
Okay, sugar.
I'm on to you. I am on to you. So not into it. Oh, look. What you looking at? Hey, goat. I apologize to every goat farmer out there that thinks,
And every ex-boyfriend.
maybe she could milk a goat because it didn't work well.
Oh, Mark. No, he didn't say that. It's 6:35.
Wow.
Right?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Alright, I can't spend too much time on here because I'm running out of computer space. Seriously. So this video is not going to be too long. I typed in search. People that have started to create a sustainable community. And I scroll down. Scrolling. I don't see people there, but as I scroll video, I see those people. Local communities to environmental preservations. 10 ways. I don't see people. It's like an ad. Then I see this, and it says for Indian reservations. There are brown folks, so I'm getting close. Then I see animation. Then I'm looking. These folks don't look like me. There's a video up here. Creating sustainable cities. Those hands don't look like my type of hands. So here I am scrolling. This young lady right here, I've already seen some of her videos, but that's not on the topic that I'm talking about. The video down below, I don't believe in working for a living, jobs and paying for off-grid life. The title is A Black Girl in the Woods, the title of her channel. So, just for curiosity, let me go to her channel and see if I can copy the URL. So I want to try to get back to this for my own curiosities. Alright, so anyway, I came to this video by the way of another video. See what I'm saying about my computer space? Please restart your computer. And they're talking about I forgot what you call it, a place where they're having a podcast festival, and they're promoting it, and this channel name is Afros and Audio, and so these folks, they're melanated. I'm like, okay, they look like me. I'm listening to the video, and I'm saying, okay, well, they kind of talk on some of the stuff that I talk about. So I left them a message. If you see it, you see it. If not, you have to come back to it. I got to this video and channel by, that's the channel Afros and Audio. Yes, I subbed so I can see what else they're talking about. Like a bookmark, right? From this YouTube channel, Black Podcasters Association. First of all, I am bothered by the use of the word black, as far as associating it with folks that look like me. The folks that look like me are different shades of brown. Now, I understand if they're heavily melanated, like folks from, Senegal, in other countries, maybe even Morocco. I'm not sure, but other countries where, folks have a deep melanated DNA, their genes just dark and lovely. So I started to watch a video, and I just got curious about some other things that, I was asking myself some other things as far as, I wonder what else they might be talking about, so I stopped that video like within the first 5-10 seconds. For one, the audio didn't match the video, so I was like, God, it's gonna throw me off. And I was like, are they consistent with their uploads? And I'm like, well, damn. As far as videos go, they've only posted 11 videos? And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to take my time. So I subbed, it's like a bookmark. And then looking over at the live streams, like, whoa. They got way more live streams than they do videos. And I'm like, okay. So this might be something that I can be interested in. And I'm gonna take my time and invest into that. Now here we are on my channel. If you can read the titles of videos that I post, as far as where my head is, it's kind of all over the place a little bit, I guess. But if you come to my channel, and if you scroll through, you should get an idea of where, my thoughts keep bringing me when I am posting these videos that I post, when I talk my shit. So anyway, back to this whole title of people that have started to create a sustainable community. I thought of that search sentence because on that video where there was, advertising this place for podcasters, melanated podcasters, I was like, okay, she mentioned something about there were people there that had means of being able to do things, you know what I'm saying, or just network around. And I was like, okay, I'm getting the gist of what she's saying. Not, you know what I'm saying, I'm only guessing, you know what I mean, but it sounded good enough to trigger the idea that, look, there are places where folks who have money have, have good, I guess the word is networks, you know what I'm saying, have, they could be a hub, HUB, being like 6 degrees of separation, being like they know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, you know what I'm saying. Take my idea, take your idea, take someone's idea, and can point you to the right, point you in the direction that might help you, you know what I'm saying, might help you climb out of the rabbit hole. That if you're like-minded with me, you've probably been talking about some things that you're passionate about for some years now, and people are listening, but they just don't hear enough to where, they're willing to be like, okay, You're wringing a dry towel. You wrung all the water out of it. You're wringing it so much that you're starting to rip it in half. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not crazy. And I'm not going to allow the topics that I talk about to drive me crazy. But it's like, I know there's got to be answers out there. Okay, just like with my disability. When I search for information about my disability, I'm asking questions, I'm writing down statements to see if the computer, the search engine will complete my sentence. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all kind of things to try to get some information that I didn't get the last time I searched for some shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you ask a question 4 or 5 different ways, and then you come back half a year later, and you continue to ask the same question, but in 4 or 5 different ways. At least you're hoping that it's 4 or 5 different ways, different from what you already asked for. So here it is when it comes down to a sustainable community. Let me see if I can break it down as quick as I can. All right. In a community, you will hope to have everything that you could possibly think of in order to have a proper livelihood, a comfortable livelihood, without having to leave your community to ask for any other assistance. Does that help? Does that help? Okay, here's another example. And I like using this example. In a 2-block radius in your neighborhood right now, how many people do you know their jobs? And if you know majority of the jobs that people work in your neighborhood, if it's 7 or 8 different jobs, it's like, so why do they travel a mile or 2 away from you and your neighborhood to do service for other people when your neighborhood can come together and do services for each other? Okay, so when I think of a sustainable community, I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking of homesteading. I'm thinking of being off the grid. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, we still got to use a little bit of technology. You know what I mean? But for the most part, what's wrong with some windmills? What's wrong with some water mills? What's wrong with, digging a well and using the water table? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with finding a stream? Like I say, a water wheel. What's wrong with, using technology as in, solar panels? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with starting your own fish farm? What's wrong with going out and hunting and finding other people that look like us, that we can find animals to breed, bring back to our property and let them breed so the numbers will come up. But at the same time, we need to have specific people who's going to get out every day or every month to make sure that the numbers are equal or balanced. Because we know that once we start an ecosystem, you got to keep an eye on it. You know what I'm saying? We got to be shepherds. You know what I mean? Because wolves, coyotes, predators are always going to smell blood miles and miles away. So they're going to come to our community. They're going to come to our fences. You know what I'm saying? And so we need to defend our fences from even nature. You know what I mean? Because nature is always going to find a way to be number one in any ecosystem. It's always going to take back what we have taken from the earth. You know what I'm saying? It's going to regenerate. Things like that, words like that. So, sustainable community. I've said enough to give a person an idea of what I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? I've also used the example of, okay, you can have a couple of warehouses to where you're going to manufacture some goods. You're going to manufacture goods that you can use in your community. And you can also manufacture goods that you can sell to other settlements that are neighboring us, that we really fuck with, and they fuck with us, secured, things like that. We're not trying to fuck each other over. You know what I mean? We're all in it for the same thing. Alright, so for those couple of warehouses, you have a school that's going to teach people how to build every fucking thing that's inside of those warehouses that we're selling. You know what I'm saying? The things that we're importing. You know what I mean? That school's going to teach us all about that. So not just one person is responsible for having that knowledge. Because when one person go down, another person can take its place. We're talking about a hive mind mentality, like ants. You know what I'm saying? Like bees and, you know, things like that, but with the smarts of humans also. I know humanity is a danger to itself. And that's something that we have to learn to unthink those habits. You know what I'm saying? We recognize when we're doing fucked up shit. It's like, I gotta do a pressure relief here in about another hour. You know what I'm saying? So I'm constantly watching the clock. I did a pressure relief around 8 something. You know what I mean? So 2 hours passed by. I need to do another pressure relief. I've been leaning back and, you know what I'm saying, taking some weight off of it. But I gotta actually take weight off of some sores. I'm saying that because I am just like anybody else that might be watching this video. I have flaws. I bleed. You know what I'm saying, giggle. I bullshit around. I get serious. I got feelings and emotions. I have to unlearn some shit. I have already unlearned some shit, some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So making this video is pretty easy to me because I'm basically repeating the same shit that I've been saying for some years. So it's like, okay, now that I'm making another video saying this, I'm going to upload it, and the question is, who's going to watch it? And the only thing I can do is put it out there, you know what I'm saying, for anyone to try to find. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm trying to find some shit. Look at the search words that I'm using. And when I looked that up, it was like, only time I seen somebody that was looking like me was, you know, they claimed to be Native Americans. I say claim because that's a whole nother topic that I'm like, man, I call bullshit. And so here it is, coming to the end of this video, and I know that my culture and the people that fuck with my culture, you know what I'm saying, I know that we need help. They call us minorities, but it's not the numbers, because if it was the numbers, you know, let's put it like this. My people built this nation and many other nations, even though we were enslaved and we was doing it against our will. Now when you flip that coin, you had my people forcing my people to do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know that my people are part of the haves that's pushing the have-nots into unhappy lives, unsustainable lives. I'm not crazy. Just one thing to say about that: Africans sold Africans into slavery. Boom. The great African migration is this a question of, if you are so close to a so-called Eden, what the fuck would you want to migrate away from it for? Well, hell, humanity says, I don't like you and I don't like the way you think. I don't like the way you move. And I'm going to kill you if I'm going to stay here. So I need to get me and mine and get the fuck away from you. There goes migration. Someone's like, hey, where's Chuck taking his family? Boy, those are good people. Well, I wish him luck. Next thing you know, damn, I should have went with Chuck and his people. Let's see if we can find him. Now, did Chuck make a left or make a right? Let's try right. Knowing not knowing that Chuck and his people made a left. Next thing you know, this group of people are migrating somewhere different. So, boom, there's all kind of ways of looking at that. That's why I say, man, let me get off of here. I'll be repeating myself all over again. What I'm trying to do is find answers. And I don't want to bore anybody. I'm just trying to find some answers because I know that there's some people that have the finances. I know there's people who are rubbing elbows with legit people. You know what I'm saying? That can make these things happen. Now, I'm in a point where all I can do is observe this shit. What I mean is observe is watch our people become better people and motivate and urge folks to join in. You know what I'm saying? You've used my mouth and my brain to help the community grow. You know what I'm saying? My channel is all about growth anyway. Did you notice the name of my channel? Growing with Podrey Smurf? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to plant a negative seed in no one. I don't want someone to say, he's pro-brown. I'm like, look, if I was, and I constantly use this example, if I was Irish, I'd be pro-Irish. If I was Russian, I'd be pro-Russian. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it would be. But I know if I was Irish, I would have to know enough about my people to know who helped us. And you're going to find all kind of shades of colors, you know what I'm saying, throughout history that helped my people, you know, get to where they are now. So we've all had to rub elbows with people of different races and colors. But without using race and color, we're people. We're people. We're people. So you can find all kind of ways to call a person. You know what I'm saying? But first of all, get to know who they are. You got a name? Get to know a little bit of history from them. Then that way you can say, man, I met a young man. I met a young woman. Their name was this, their name was that. And they turned out to be some good people. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, I met a white guy, I met a black guy. I met this, you know, Peruvian person. I met this Portuguese person. You know what I'm saying? I met a person whose people are descendants from Aztecs, from the Aztecs. You know what I mean? Come on now. So many descriptive words. But first and foremost, you know, it's like as we're getting older, if somebody says, "Who are you?" You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, okay, I am not my name. I am not the color of my skin. I am not the personality. I am not the flaws. Who am I? Well, hell, you're gonna have to sit down for a few days so we can really, you know what I'm saying, get this answer, and get this question answered. You're not just gonna get an answer within, you know what I'm saying, a couple of minutes to a couple of hours. It's gonna take a minute for you to get this answer. Are you really wanting to know? Or are you just, you know, talking out the side of your neck just to be cordial? The fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, my name's Podrey. Please leave me a comment if you have some questions, if you have some comments, if you know what I'm talking about, if you don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I went blank there for a second. But yeah, hope you have a good day, hope you have a good night, hope you have a good morning. Peace.